How do you go from being a refugee with nothing to running a company worth millions? Well, today we're diving into an absolutely incredible story of transformation that all started with learning just one word at a time.
$2 million? Yeah, that's a big number, and that's where our story ends. But to really get how amazing that is, we have to go all the way back to the beginning, where the numbers looked, well, a whole lot different. So, meet Karim. Just 5 years ago, he was a refugee from Syria. He landed in a new country with literally $200 in his pocket and knew almost zero English. Fast forward to today, he's the CEO of a tech company valued at over $2 million. The big question is, how in the world did he pull that off? To really understand his success, we first have to talk about the massive wall he was up against. And it wasn't just about finding a job, it was about finding his voice. Think about it. After escaping a war zone in Syria, Karim gets to Germany only to face this totally different kind of battle, a complete wall of silence. The simplest things we take for granted were impossible for him. He couldn't order food, he couldn't fill out a form, he couldn't even ask the bus driver a question. The world was just happening around him, and he was trapped on the outside looking in.
And that feeling, it started to get to him. He actually started thinking this, that maybe success just wasn't in the cards for him. He had these big dreams of working in tech, but it felt like every door was locked, and the key was a language he just didn't have.
And that's really the heart of it, right? The language barrier. It wasn't just some small inconvenience. No, it was this giant obstacle standing between him and, well, any kind of future. He knew he had to break through it. But here's the thing about Karim. He refused to give up. He figured, if he could survive a war, he could definitely learn a new language. So, with almost no money to his name, he started building his new life, one word at a time.
He couldn't afford classes or anything like that, so he turned to the one place he could, the internet. His method was so simple, but honestly, it was genius. He just started watching free coding tutorials on YouTube in English. He wasn't trying to understand everything, he just listened for the words and phrases that kept popping up over and over again, and he wrote every single one down in a notebook.
And look at the first words he picked up. These weren't random words like apple or house. No, they were the first tools for his new career. Think about it. Client, code, tutorial. Every single word he learned wasn't just vocabulary, it was like a small step up a ladder, pulling him out of that silence.
Okay, so learning the tech jargon was one thing, but actually navigating a professional office environment, that's a whole different challenge. This next part of his journey was all about learning the language of confidence.
So after sending out tons of applications, Karim finally landed an internship. He was, as you can imagine, terrified to speak up, worried his English wasn't perfect. But then his manager gave him this piece of advice, and it was a total game changer. The goal wasn't to be perfect. The goal was just to be clear.
And with that new mindset, he focused on mastering these 3 key phrases. They look simple, right? But they are so powerful. They let him control the conversation, they bought him time to think, and they made him sound super professional, even when he was feeling nervous inside. Asking someone to clarify that isn't a sign of weakness, it's a tool for understanding. So smart.
So now Karim has the technical words and the professional phrases. The next step was to put it all together. And this was his moment of truth.
After about a year of working on small projects, he built something that was all his own. A simple, really practical app to help local shops track their sales. And then he got a chance to pitch it to a group of local business owners.
And this is the line from his pitch that changed everything. It was brilliant. He didn't try to hide his journey or his accent. He made it his biggest strength. He connected his own personal struggle to the value of his product. He wasn't just selling an app. His own story was proof that his method worked.
And the result? He walked out of that room with his first major contract for $50,000. This wasn't just about the money. This was validation. It was proof that his whole step-by-step approach had just led to one giant leap forward.
Karim's story is it's amazing. But it's also packed with these really powerful, practical lessons about language, about confidence, and about what it really means to be an entrepreneur. So let's break down the key takeaways. You can actually see his final transformation in the new set of words he started to master. Words like negotiate, proposal, entrepreneur. He went from learning the language of code to mastering the language of business. He wasn't just a coder anymore, he was a founder.
I mean, this timeline just says it all. It puts his incredible progress into such sharp focus.
In just 5 years, he went from having basically nothing to building a multi-million-dollar company, and it was all fueled by his drive to learn and to communicate.
So here's the bottom line. Kareem's story shows us that language is so much more than just grammar and vocabulary. It's a tool. It's a tool for building confidence, for creating opportunity, and in his case, for building a whole new life. At the end of the day, an entrepreneur isn't just someone with a cool idea. It's someone who takes action, step by step.
And all of this brings us to one final question for you. Kareem used YouTube tutorials and a few simple phrases as his tools to build a $2 million future. So it makes you wonder, what are the simple, powerful tools that are sitting right in front of you, right now, that could help you build yours?